Busted. Former FBI Director James Comey indicted. Trump celebrates. Oh, Lord. Y'all already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Mac mean. True story. All stories ain't true, but this one is. You already know. God's work, not the hard work, okay? Yeah. We have a lot to unpack today, man. Salute Lansky. Rusty, salute. Hey, yo, check it out. Nitty, salute. Now, I'm going to tell you this, right? Oh, here we go. Let me fix this up real quick. We're having. Yeah, I keep my eyes in check. Okay, question of the day. What's better, iPhone or Android? You know what I'm saying? I heard the iPhones are made in China and Africa, you know. Salute to the iPhone, you know what I'm saying? Get the lights up on the way in the door. You know what I'm talking about? You little hoot. All right, check it out. We have some racist stuff to unpack today, man. Kash Patel hunt continues. Trump is on. Yeah, we running through the news today. I was supposed to do this on my other channel, but still, the question of the day. iPhone or Android, man. We got Charlie Kirk news update as well as some epic clashes. More racist stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we do have a killer from Bronx River that needs to be exposed again. Ratchet's Congress that's running this country. We got it all, man. All right? Keep God in your life.
God in your life.
Let's get to the shit. All right. Before we get into like what's going on right now, right? And how why this whole James Comey thing is very important, and is because James Comey was the dude that was giving Trump the hardest problems, man. Y'all remember that? He's giving him a lot of problems, man. A lot of emotional damage. You know what I'm saying? Too hard to manage. The half black Latin. Salute to me. I made that up. Okay. Now, let me get this thing queued up. But this is 8 years ago, right? And he speaks about his firing of James Comey. All right, let's go back. Let's give you a little backdrop before we bring you up to date, okay? I aim to offend.
He's a showboat. He's a grandstander. The FBI has been in turmoil. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. You take a look at the
So weird is when Trump first started talking about these crooked ass people, right? Y'all was looking at Trump like he had 35 heads on top of his shoulder. Now look at you.
FBI a year ago, it was in virtual turmoil. Less than a year ago, it hasn't recovered from that.
Monday, you met with the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein.
Right.
Did you ask for recommendations?
I have a video of Epstein's cell and stuff like that. We're gonna revisit that, right? Because we're gonna get the dude that was in the top investigator that was investigating the Epstein case gets caught on a fucking hot mic, spilling all the beans. Next day, this guy gets indicted. I know y'all see the connection. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to explain it in a little while, but look at Trump. Look at Trump 8 years ago, y'all.
What I did is I was going to fire Comey. My decision. It was not.
You had made the decision before they came in.
I was going to fire Comey. There's no good time to do it, by the way.
Because in your letter,
Trump is funny. I love the way he calls him Coney, like Coney Island.
Said I accepted their recommendation.
Yeah, well,
so you had already made the decision.
I was going to fire regardless of recommendation.
So there was really
he made a recommendation. He's
real quick, right? Why do they think that this is, some of y'all, right, are still holding grudges from when you were teenagers? I mean, in grade school. What makes you think that the president of the United States ain't gonna get back on his ops?
Highly respected, very good guy, very smart guy.
It's the American way to get back at your ops, especially when they did bad. You know what's so crazy? That he only has 2 charges and is bringing all this news. But I'm gonna show you why it's so important. Those 2 charges.
The Democrats like him. The Republicans
lying ass fucking politicians
like him. He made a recommendation. But regardless of recommendation, I was going to fire Comey, knowing there was no good time to do it.
The podcast support podcast.
Well, you're not only fired, but you're indicted now too, brother. Double tap the screen, let's get the likes up. You know what I'm saying? Let me refresh this. You know, I aim to offend today. So yes, I do have a lot of racist stuff that I want to share with y'all, but they say that the country is racist. You know what I mean? I don't think so. Y'all think the country is racist? Type Y's for yes, N's for no. And share this video today, man. Become a member of the channel, man. Y'all see I'll be out here active. Okay, let's get to this.
And in fact, when I decided to just do it, I said to myself, I said, you know, this Russia thing with Trump and Russia is a made-up story. It's an excuse by the Democrats for having lost an election that they should have won. And the reason they should have won it is the Electoral College is almost impossible for a Republican to win. Very hard, because you start off at such a disadvantage. So everybody was thinking they should have won the election. This was an excuse for having lost an election.
So are you angry with Mr. Comey because of his Russia investigation?
I just want
I just hate the way they just try to throw that up in there. Like you're just getting back at him just because of that. What other reason do you need? Do I need a big, elaborate reason to get back at the person that was spreading lies about me?
Somebody that's competent. I am a big fan of the FBI. I love the FBI.
But were you a fan of him taking up that investigation?
I think that about the Hillary Clinton investigation?
No, about the Russia investigation and possible links between.
Look, let me tell you. As far as I'm concerned, I want that thing to be absolutely done properly. When I did this now, I said, I probably, maybe will confuse people. Maybe I'll expand that, you know, I'll lengthen the time because it should be over with. It should, in my opinion, should have been over with a long time ago because all it is an excuse. But I said to myself, I might even lengthen out the investigation.
And I was going to put that option in there, but I decided on no Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Salute Lena Love in the building. My brother Ming Bling and Lansky, Rusty, everybody, all of my salute.
But I have to do the right thing for the American people. He's the wrong man for that position.
Let me ask you about your termination letter to Mr. Comey. You write, I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation. Why did you put that in there?
Because he told me that. I mean, he told me
he told you weren't under investigation with
I've
regard to the
heard
Russia
that.
investigation?
I've heard that from others. I think.
Was it in a phone call? Did you meet face to face?
I had a dinner with him. He wanted to have dinner because he wanted to stay on. We had a very nice dinner at the White House.
I believe every word he's saying.
Early on. A dinner was arranged. I think he asked for the dinner. And he wanted to stay on as the FBI head. And I said, I'll, consider, we'll see what happens. But we had a very nice dinner. And at that time, he told me, you are not under investigation, which I knew anyway.
That was one meeting. What was it?
First of all, when you're under investigation, you're giving all sorts of documents and everything. I knew.
My son don't duck, no smoke. He go right to the ops and tell them how it is. And he hasn't changed. This was 8 years ago, y'all. I'm going to bring you up to date in 1 second.
I wasn't under. And I heard it was stated at the committee, at some committee level, that I wasn't. Number one.
So that didn't come directly
Then
from
during
him.
a phone call, he said it. And then during another phone call, he said it. So he said it once at dinner.
3 times.
Then he said it twice during phone calls.
Did you call him?
Fucking snake. You said you wasn't investigating him the whole time. He was setting lies up on Trump.
In one case, I called him. In one case, he called me.
And did you ask, am I under investigation?
I actually asked him, yes. I said, if it's possible, would you let me know, am I under investigation? He said, you are not under
that ex-CIA dude
investigation.
But he's given sworn testimony that there is an ongoing investigation into the Trump campaign and possible collusion.
And this is just to show y'all that this wasn't something that, it wasn't just a revenge campaign. Let's not get that twisted.
Government, you were the centerpiece of the Trump campaign.
Well,
imagine if somebody, we got a lot of haters out here. Do you got a hater? Type Y's in the yes if you have a hater. If you personally have a hater in your life. Now imagine you got somebody hating on you and trying to get you indicted to go to jail. Get you locked up because of your political aspirations. He wants to get you out the fucking way. Imagine a person like that. You tolerate like a person like that. And then you, the person that's watching me right now, becomes the fucking president of the United States. What more reason do you need? It's a slander campaign, you know what I'm saying? That got flipped upside down. And this is the result. This is the end result right here. We'll bring you up to date. All right? Now, 8 years later, let me show you something, man. You can't run from karma. You can't run from karma, man. Payback's a biatch, you know? Do you have a hater? Type Y's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? My biggest hater is some guy named Ming Rivers. Yeah. He's you know, I'll tell you about him later.
We have major breaking legal news. The Trump Justice Department has now indicted former FBI Director James Comey.
Oh, child.
This is in Virginia by a grand jury tonight. He is charged with
Get him up out of here.
2 criminal counts. MSNBC reporting those charges. ABC News reporting the 2 counts are false statements and obstruction of justice. We do not have the actual indictment paper yet, and this is a developing breaking story. It also comes after reports of unusual and extreme pressure from the president on that department's office, basically after the acting U.S. attorney for that same district departed.
I do want to correct myself. Yesterday, I said Kash Patel's getting his ass handed to him. I take that back. I think I just don't like his. I want him to go harder. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to look like he's always against the fucking ropes. You know what I'm saying? But he's winning. Bet more than Charlie Sheen.
And allegedly, there is internal memoranda that doubted whether this new indictment of James Comey should even go forward. Prosecutors reportedly finding there was insufficient evidence. But now, former FBI Director Comey indicted tonight.
Quick reminder, you know what I'm saying? The racist stuff will be racist. My regular, you know what I mean? I want to take y'all there this morning, you know? Saying anything's racist about our show. We just saying that, you know, there's a lot of racist stuff that they're talking about out here. It's our duty to check it out. Samantha, salute. Lena, awesome, salute.
A many-year saga of his criticism and clashes with President Trump and questions hanging over the validity of this kind of case. I'm joined by MSNBC justice correspondent Ken Delanian. Ken?
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is based...
Say word. All right, double tap the stream on the way in the door. You know what I'm saying? Awesome Name says this is free comedy. I used to label it as comedy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I guess so. You know what I mean? Free comedy is watching Congress, these ratchet ass fucking nobodies, you know what I mean? These elected officials run our country and talk to each other the way they talk to each other. Disrespect. Don't let each other even get a fucking sentence out the mouth, man. Sounds like a bitter baby mama argument all the time in Congress. I'm surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Ken?
The people's running our fucking country.
Ari, good to be with you. So the indictment, we just got word that it happened. It was handed down by this grand jury in the Eastern District of Virginia after the case was presented to the grand jury for several hours this afternoon, we are told. And the 2 counts, as you mentioned, making false statements and obstruction of justice. We don't have the details, so we don't know if it's, as we have assumed, that it would be connected to the statement that James Comey made to the Senate 5 years ago. That was closing in on the statute of limitations lapsing on Tuesday. That was a statement where he was asked whether he had authorized leaks to the media, and he said he did not. And there was an account given by his deputy, Andrew McCabe, that differed from that. This has been known for years, by the way, and explored in an Inspector General report, among other things. We are reporting that career prosecutors in that office did not believe there was enough evidence to proceed with this case. And they even wrote a memo to the acting U.S. Attorney, Lindsay Halligan, saying as much and saying that not only do they not think they could get a conviction beyond a reasonable doubt from a jury, but they said that there wasn't probable cause to move forward with the case, which is the standard for a grand jury indictment. But obviously this grand jury found other...
Yeah, this shit probable cause. What more probable cause do you need than a false statement? It's a fucking probable cause in itself.
Of course, as our viewers probably know, the grand jury process is essentially a tool of prosecutors.
Right.
Grand jurors do not hear from the defense. They don't hear from the defendant. They hear only what the prosecutors want them to hear. And so there's an old saying that the grand jury would indict a ham sandwich. And in this case, they've indicted the former FBI director on false statement charges that a lot of people think are specious.
This is an extraordinarily unusual process that led up to this. The President of the United States publicly calling for the Comey indictment by name, interfering or meddling. It could be a case for selective prosecution, but you need more evidence. We need to learn more. But the breaking news tonight, 2 counts, false statements and obstruction, and the unusual lead up. Where does that put this case? What footing is it on going forward, given that extraordinary intervention by Donald Trump and him all but admitting that he wanted this done, that he wanted this against what he views as a foe, separate from perhaps the legal evidence?
Oh, extraordinary is a good word for it, Ari. It's unprecedented. We've never seen this before in post-Watergate American history and probably pre-Watergate American history. A president publicly calling for his Justice Department to charge particular individuals. That's what happened. And then this particular individual, James Comey, was charged, and it happened.
Well, it's not illegal to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. They always trying to break. I mean, they shouldn't try to shoot this dude, take him up out of here. They did Charlie Kirk bad when I got the update up on this situation. But watch the way PBD breaks it down. You know what I'm saying? Just the podcast. They all got together, man. This was a party pack. They happy. Watch this.
And it's also penned. Yep.
Fantastic. Just go click on a link, nominate anybody you think would be good on that.
All right, here we go.
All right. So James Comey. You wake up one morning and you read a story. Justice Department seeks to indict former FBI Director James Comey for allegedly lying to Congress. Now, why would he lie to Congress, Vinny? I mean, do you
Great
believe he is
question.
capable of lying to Congress?
Not James
Why would he
Comey.
do such a thing?
Not
You're
him.
talking to Congress.
Yeah.
You're the director of FBI.
They're about to tear his ass up. I looked at it a little bit. I wanted y'all to get a real reaction. They're about to go nuclear.
Okay, let me read this, and then we got some clips here to show you. I know a lot of you guys are worried about this. So the Justice Department is seeking to indict Director Comey for perjury as the deadline for bringing charges looms. Fox News has learned the probe into Comey centers is whether he lied to Congress on September 30th, 2020, testimony about his handling of the investigation to Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential election, which, Rob, I think that's the clip right there that you have, right? The one that they're claiming if he did or not. Go ahead and play the clip, and I'll read the rest.
Are you looking to establish your business?
Double tap the screen and get the likes up, man. This is nasty work. And I do have the actual tape of the investigator, that the lead investigator on the Epstein case, right? This motherfucker gets caught in the private jet running his mouth to somebody else. They call it a hot mic, right? Running his mouth, telling every fucking thing. And they caught it all, right? Couple of hours later, this dude gets indicted. I should play the video right now. You know what? I am. Nah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. Let's get past this first.
There should be no fuzz on this whatsoever. The Russians interfered in our election during 2016.
You better be right
cycle.
when you say something like
that. They did it with
that.
purpose. They did it with sophistication. They did it with overwhelming technical efforts. And it was an active measures campaign driven from the top of that
Fucking messy.
government. There is no fuzz on that. It is a high confidence judgment of the entire intelligence community. And the members of this committee have seen the intelligence. It's not a close call.
Double tap the screen, get the likes up. If you're on that Trump train, spam the chat with the #1. We have a lot of ops in here. And if you're a real person, type ones in the chat. They saying that y'all bots. They saying that all the fucking Trump supporters are bots. I don't care what side you're on. Type ones in the chat.
That happened. That's about as unfake as you can possibly get. And it's very, very serious, which is why it's so refreshing to see a bipartisan focus on that, because this is about America, not about any particular party.
All right.
So that was a hostile. That's how you make a statement and double down 3 times in the
and
same
you know
paragraph.
what's great about that statement? You know when you make a statement like that. What was the date on that, Rob, by the way? That's
June
what?
of 2017.
When he said that. Okay. So that is Trump's been president then for how long? A year and 5 months? A year and 4 months at that time?
No.
No, 5
4
months.
months.
4 or 5 months.
Inaugurated
Yes.
January of
That's right. 5 months, because 26 was the campaign. Yes. So let me continue. Under federal law, prosecutors have 5 years to bring a charge within a 5-year mark occurring during Tuesday. The case is being handled by U.S. Attorney's Office for Eastern District of Virginia. DOJ officials are close to deciding whether to prosecute the director Comey for allegedly lying to Congress on September 2020. A source said there's a grand jury underway looking at the matter in Virginia. Decision.
Trust me, by tonight, that Epstein video, yo, my boy, imagine, okay, I'm going to give you an example of what happened, right? One day, I was working on a show, right? And it's called The Newlywed Game, right? I swear to God.
Keep God in your life. Fuck nigga, keep God in your life. Fuck nigga, keep God in your life. Fuck nigga, you need to praise the Lord or Allah.
I mean, I'm in Penn, what they call that shit, 34th Street. I forgot what they call that. Herald Square in New York City, right? Working this show. All my bosses are rainbows. I mean, they got panties with the with the penis holes in it. And I'm on the microphone. I'm basically on my walkie-talkie, and it was keying. Every employee in the fucking place was hearing me, right? And I was spewing some, let's say, commercial.
Breaking news this morning, NYC residents stay safe. Dick riding is at an all-time high. Broke boys are on the rise. Pieces are not hitting, and the plugs have the same work. Breaking news this morning, NYC.
I was talking shit about, the community. And my boss was part of the community. And somebody was tapping me, telling me, yo, listen, man, shut up. They had to call my cell phone for me. Somebody had to slap me to stop talking. Needless to say, they heard how I really feel. Put it that way, right? Now, that's what happened with this dude that was investigating Epstein. Every fucking thing he said was caught on tape. Stick around. I'm going to play it in about 10 minutes right after this.
Could come any day. The extent of the potential charges was unclear as what was which part of his testimony could be subjected to.
Oh, yeah, I was slinging the F word crazy.
To perjury charges. President Donald Trump has criticized Comey for years over his handling of the investigation and other matters. I think they're very dishonest people. I think they're crooked as hell. Trump said in July about Comey and CIA Director John Brennan, and maybe they have to pay a price for that. Trump eventually fired Comey in 2017. Is this a new tweet, Rob?
Yes,
is
last night.
Perfect. Justice in America, one of the worst human beings this country has ever been exposed to is James Comey, the former corrupt head of the FBI.
Oh, they're going to put his head on the fucking Sakari Styles in the building. DMW, salute. China up in this joint. Oh, man, yo, China, salute, bro. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get this algorithm together real quick.
He was indicted by
Vertical, pushed me up to 50 real quick and get back to the uploads. You already know.
Grand jury of 2 felony counts for various illegal and lawful acts. He has been so bad for our country for so long.
Messing the algorithm. If you're a real motherfucker in the chat, type ones. Let's go.
And is now at the beginning of being held responsible for his crimes against our nation. Make America great again. Tom, your thoughts on the story here?
Hey, if you still there, China, that nigga Hassan Campbell struck my fucking channel. For a video, after we dead the beef 3-4 times, he make Lily go fucking search a video from 2 years ago with Charleston White. Petty shit, man. Let me get him.
Well, there's a couple things here. First of all, they're coming up on the deadline, but it shows you that below the surface, they were investigating this. So, Vinny, a lot of times we were concerned, and even Adam, we were talking about this.
Mark Anthony, tubes, allegedly.
We were concerned, are they doing anything? Is Kash doing anything? We haven't heard about this. We haven't heard about that. Well, it turns out that, below the surface, there was stuff going on, which is good. And they had a grand
Lansky, you see the way they hunting this boy down? When it's over with Trump, Kash Patel, they're going to try to get him. They're going to try to get him out the way. Just,
jury. Now, the question is, do they have to rush it because they're get it?
Cut
Rush
off
the
of the
Russia.
fire.
Oh, do they
that
have
was
to
good one.
rush the Russia thing because they're coming up on a deadline? But a grand jury is a special panel. So if the grand jury says, yeah, I think we've seen enough, then it really doesn't matter about the deadline. And if it's coincidentally the 5-year deadline, it means the grand jury has come to the end of it and said, there's enough here. Two things.
he's about, excuse me. He's about to go in. All right, I got it back up. Here we go. Yeah, they're gonna have a fucking field day with him today. It's over. The conservatives won.
You're going to watch out for.
This is a home run. Y'all don't have no clue.
Which jurisdiction will the case be in? And now we've got Virginia, which is kind of a wince. Eastern District of Virginia is a liberal jurisdiction. And then what judge will be on the case? Because who appoints most all of these judges in these areas? Presidents. Yep. So who appointed this judge? Now we know that judges.
You see what the Rock is cooking? Yeah, Biden gonna clock out before they could get to him, and that's what the Rock is cooking.
Do lean politically.
I smell Biden booty
a lot. So that's gonna be the question. The third item is when you step back on this. Some legal scholars.
That's what a lot of people saying, Mark.
Last night, while I was reading, and they were like, it's basically. He is the leader of the FBI. And so his argument will be that was the best information I had at the moment from my entire organization, including multiple people. And I presented that to Congress. I was telling the truth about the information I had. So he's going to hide behind that a little bit. And that's how it might play out. But that's what I think.
That's going to play out. Biden lost his memory. Exactly. And that's what's going to happen when they come for Biden. And what I'm hearing in these tapes was it was never this is what you're going to get clear today, that those tapes was never about protecting Trump. It was about protecting Clinton. And you're going to hear it. This is the dude that was that was put there to investigate the Epstein joint, bro. And you know what's so wild about this shit? That they're so detailed. It's crazy, man.
By the way, this is what Trump wanted. This is what I wanted to see. This is what a lot
of Illuminati, Mr. Brock in the building. Salute.
A lot of people wanted to see, and I hope we can get through the fog of this and get to a real trial.
McKay says, Kash Patel, how you know he's a puppet? I'm holding off my judgments until the end mark of inauguration day. You know, listen, man. I think any FBI director is going to be a puppet to some degree. But Kash Patel is a bad motherfucker.
And Tom, I agree with you 100%. And listen, and I'm going to be honest. I remember how our attitude was like, hurry up. Nothing's happening. I don't have it. You said have some hope, have some faith. I had to start practicing that for real. And this last night was one of the happiest. I was like, finally, now the dominoes, Tom, this is the first one.
One of these.
Give me that, Pat. Like it's fine. Finally, some accountability. And like you said, let's see if it goes to trial. Like once it goes to trial and he gets behind bars. Because this guy, he's been one of the key. What?
My son did not plan.
Excuse me. The FBI's, what's it called, Tom?
They're emotional.
Yeah. I'm just sorry. Their credibility has been so damaged, and this was the freaking head of the snake. With
there you go.
I want to just get that out there. But if you guys think about it, outside of all the crap that he did against Trump, do you remember what he did with the Clintons? How he was shielding Hillary for all those years, Tommy?
Oh, we getting right to that.
In 2016, when he softened the language, when Hillary was doing all the email scandal and all her things that she was blatantly guilty for, he changed with, I think it was Loretta Lynch.
Wiping the server.
Yeah, wiping the server with a bleach bit. They said that James Comey with Loretta Lynch changed the verbiage of her indictment, not indictment, but they said they went from grossly negligent, which implies criminality, to extreme carelessness. So they gave her a pass. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. He was involved with that. And he signed off on Russia collusion and all that stuff. He thought he was untouchable. And now, guys, remember that cryptic message?
Chickens coming home to roost.
That he put with those little rocks? 8647. Yep. That, in my opinion, was like hey, guys, get rid of his ass. Get rid of his ass because this is coming down. Now, mind you, there's a bunch of clips, Rob. We don't have to show him. He was bragging about what he did to
how
General
much you
Flynn.
think this accelerated everything? How much you think this post of 8647 accelerated all of it?
I think it played. I think it played.
You think it played any role?
Yes, I did.
I think so as well.
If
you're in the background,
you have audacity. We don't want to do anything to you. You want to say 8647. You don't think we know what that means? No problem. Okay. You want to play that game? Boom. You're being indicted.
100%. 100%.
And no, we don't know what 8647 means. Yeah, nobody knows. Just an innocent bunch of shells.
He stumbled upon that when he was walking with his wife. And you know what's crazy too? The whole family is having a lot of stuff going on. His
Evans said there ain't no case.
daughter, Maureen Comey,
absolutely a case. Boy got indicted.
He was fired with the whole Epstein situation. And then his son-in-law, who prosecuted all the January 6ers, which I know we're going to get into that too, he resigned his position as assistant U.S. attorney after his father-in-law. That's the letter right there. To uphold my oath to my father-in-law, get rid of Constitution and country, I hereby resign as the assistant United States attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia in the Department of Justice, effective immediately. Good. The trash is taking out itself. I'm so freaking happy that they're starting to do it. But guess what? I want the other ones, the Hillarys, the Obamas, the Brennans.
And another
yeah,
one.
I want all of them to go.
One.
Tom, so inside the FBI, who flips?
Great question. I think, you know what? You only need one or two people inside the FBI to have.
Man, all of them is going to flip. Give them fucking the first 48 hours. Give them a fucking a Coke and a ham sandwich or some cocaine and, peanut butter and jelly.
Actually a conscience about this.
Weird.
And a flip. And now you've got a new administration and you've got Kash Patel there. I believe that they probably already have some names and they have some people that are going to be like, hey, there's been things coming out in the last few days, some of which Trump will want to hear, some of which he won't want to hear.
Yeah.
Somebody on Epstein is not something he wants to hear. And then this, I think we're going to see some people flip inside the FBI.
Let me tell you, Rob ran a poll, and our audience is generally fair.
Man, they already flipping. It's over.
When they vote for certain things, some of the things they're going to be like, no, they disagree with us, right? Ran a poll, 4,000 people have voted. Is James Comey guilty? What do you think the percentage is? Don't pull it up, Rob.
92%.
It's Friday. Get busy in the chat, man. They come up in here hot, smoke on them. You heard? Do the God's work, okay? I need everybody in the chat to do God's work right now, right? If you're on the Trump train, type ones in the chat, and keep God in your life. All right?
Keep God in your life. Fuck nigga, keep God in your life. Fuck nigga.
This Friday. Tonight we're gonna be on fire.
Not going to be pretty for Comey.
92 is high. What do you think it is?
I'll go 85.
Can you go higher than 100?
Okay, so you guys are good.
80?
It's 95.
Yeah, exactly.
You were right. Yeah, check this out. Open it up, Rob.
Well, for some reason, it's
Oh, baby. We already know what that is. You know what I'm saying? But we got other shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm going to let y'all hear what the fuck the conversation was. Excuse my language, right? But fuck all that. Look at this. This right here is the number one thing y'all need to pay attention to. Everything else is entertainment, but this right here, here's the truth. Here's the fucking flat out truth of what's really going on.
That the evidence from his investigation confirmed.
Okay, let's go to the beginning.
It's not talked about yet, but it's soon come out that he was a CIA informant.
He was a CIA.
He wasn't a CIA. I think he's protecting a lot of other people. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there, but he's protecting a lot of people because Trump's now saying.
Because Trump's now saying it's a hoax. The case is like a hoax or something. This is Glenn Prager, Jeffrey Epstein, investigator from the Department of Justice. They followed up with this shit.
And it's a hoax of the case, like a hoax or something. I mean, come on, it's not a hoax. He's been on the plane, many times. Mm-hmm. It's just he was never on the plane with the kids. I've seen the itineraries and I've interviewed all the victims. There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids and a rape occurred. But that can't be said for Clinton. And it can't be said for others.
They say Trump is clear. Trump was never on that plane with no motherfucking little people, right? And the Clintons were. Pay attention. Let's go back a little bit.
There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids and a rape occurred. But that can't be said for Clinton. And it can't be said.
How much y'all want? Y'all cannot take some of the truth and say, well, yeah, this guy's telling the truth, but he's not telling the truth. He's telling the truth about everybody else, but he's not telling the truth about Trump. We either throw everything away or we credit everything. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. It don't matter what you think, what your feelings is, what your fucking Cleo the psychic told you. None of that matters. Only thing that matters is the truth and the facts.
while the Clintons were on the plane. While
the Clintons were on the plane, while Bill Clinton was on the plane, there were R words that occurred.
Clinton was on the plane, there were rapes that occurred.
Overheard at Phoenix Airport on September 8th, 2025, a senior Justice Department investigator who personally worked on the Epstein case tells all. Glenn Prager, who has reviewed Epstein itineraries and has interviewed Epstein's victims, drops a bombshell. He says that the DOJ did not want to go after Epstein because he's a CIA asset, that the evidence from his investigation confirms that Bill Clinton was present for alleged rapes on the Lolita Express, and that President Trump was not present for the rapes that Glenn Prager investigated, but that he is protecting a lot of other people.
This is straight out of a movie. Epstein was a CIA asset. I got a video of how his cell looked, and they were saying that it was impossible.
That were.
How about this whole Epstein thing that's like going down?
So I worked on that case. I used to interview all the victims, and then my picture was 20 to 30 victims, in Palm Beach that I was interviewing and dealing with, and stuff like that. And then we go ready to go to trial, and they would flip. Epstein would just pay them off, and they were just like these little kids. They pay off.
They would just pay them off, and they were just like these little kids. They pay off their family. They're all broke kids,
They're
poor
all
families.
Kids and poor families, so you pay them off like anywhere.
They pay them off like anywhere from 150 to 500,000. It's nothing in that guy's world.
$500,000, nothing in that guy's world.
From Department of Justice. This is crazy. This is crazy. They caught these motherfuckers red-handed.
Prager there describes how the victims that he interviewed were paid off by Epstein right before going to trial. Prager has worked.
Only thing I like, what I like about this is that it clears Trump. I don't give a fuck about all the rest
as
of
an
it.
investigator inside the Department.
The Clintons are going down.
For over 20 years.
Obama's is going down
According to
too.
Prager's LinkedIn about page, it says that
That's a fact, Patriot. You know what I'm saying? That's who trains them. That's who trains the C's. The M's train, you know what I'm saying? I learned that from reading espionage books and stuff like that back in the days. I never knew any of that stuff growing up, but as I grew up and read in college, you know what I'm saying? The college I went to was in New York. It's called Attica Correctional Facility. Bunch of books. Every time you punch somebody in the face, they're gonna give you some time, and you can sit back and you can read some books. In one of those books, that's where I learned that. I fact checked it, and yes, we thought the C's were the highest force known to mankind, right? Until you find out who the fuck trained
during
them, right?
the tenure at DOJ, Prager served as an inspector overseeing sensitive.
It doesn't absolutely clear Trump. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that we can't, it's like what I'm throwing at you is something kind of like rhetorical, because you have people that's going to say that one part of what this dude was talking about is true, while they say the other part is false. I'm making a point to say that if you believe what he's saying, if this is not a play, then you have to believe everything or consider the fact that everything that he's saying is true. The opposite of that is everything that he's saying is false.
Investigations involving major DOJ
components,
including the FBI, DEA, Bureau of Prisons, U.S. Marshal Service, ATF, and the U.S. Attorney's offices. This seems to corroborate what Prager told us.
He was tasked with interviewing Epstein's rape victims and investigating flight logs.
A retired federal attorney, Jeffrey Ferguson. This does not clear Trump, so wherever you got that from. Listen, this is an entertainment channel, I wasn't as fortunate as you. I just told you that I graduated from a college called Attica Correctional Facility. You know what I'm saying? All right. I switched my whole situation up. You know what I'm saying? I know how to think a little bit now. Like I said, I read some books. Okay. It doesn't clear him. Well, obviously not. But with all the negative shit that you hear about a person, aren't you happy when you find out there's something that he might? Who wants this to be true? I don't want this to be true about nobody. I don't. But I do want the truth to be out. However it goes. All these things that I'm talking about is my opinion.
On his backpack in the airport, we spotted an embroidered.
All right, okay, put him on timeout, man. He's trying to, you're stealing my attention, man. It's Friday, bro. Go get a drink. You know what I'm saying? Sit your fucking ass down.
FBI patch, which caught the attention of our citizen journalist.
I'll tell you this, because no, it's not talked about yet, but it'll soon come out.
You know what? I should have looked at my news broadcast this morning because I knew that's
Breaking news this morning, NYC residents stay safe. Dick riding is at an all-time high. Broke boys are on the rise. Pieces are not hitting and the plugs have the same work. Breaking news this morning, NYC residents stay safe. Dick riding is...
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Look at John Illuminati. He's a bad motherfucker, yo. Put some extra ones in him, y'all. Yeah, put some extra ones in him. Fuck that 5-minute shit, John Illuminati. Stop being nice to these people, man. You know what I'm saying? Patriot. Talking about, hey, Jeffrey. Jeffrey and Patriot probably same person, man. Smoke on both of them, y'all. We ain't got a lot of people here today, so just go ahead and go do what y'all do, man. Yeah, get busy. You know what I'm saying? Get busy. Matter of fact, time all of them out. You know what I mean? Get busy. All right? All of this cupcake slander in the chat. Get all of them. That's right. Let's reduce this room down, man. Come on, let's get the sector up here, man. Let's talk to the sector, man. I'm done. I'm only doing hour videos now, if y'all noticed. You know what I'm saying? And it's Friday. Lena in the building. All right. Let's clear this out. All right. If you can't type right now, it's because you don't have a wrench. All right. If you're on the Trump train, that's your business. Don't do anything. Just stand still. Everybody just stand still. Okay? Come up in here like, fuck your couch. Narcissist behavior. You know, here it is. I'm lock the Clintons up and Trump. Maybe Bill and Donald can be bunkmates.
That he was a CIA informant.
Cupcake slander.
He was a CIA.
He wasn't a CIA.
Although many have suspected it to be the case, this is the first time a Department of Justice official has confirmed that Epstein worked for the CIA and is a foreign asset.
So DOJ was settling a case, and they were just letting him, do house arrest and they minimized his arrest. Part of that is because all the victims kept on flipping, and they didn't have anyone to go to trial with. The more importantly part is they didn't want to go after him. He's a, he was an asset for the United States and Israel for the CIA. I just know that's what he was, and that's why he was protected so long for this. And people turned a blind eye about all this garbage that he was doing in the United States. He had a lot of secrets. More about Israeli stuff than anything else. I mean, he was doing stuff for Israel and the United States. He was, he's working for both.
Glenn Prager, the Department of Justice investigator on the Epstein case, then talks about whether President Trump was involved. Many are trying to tie Trump to Epstein, but what Glenn Prager says is that Trump wasn't present during the inappropriate sexual behavior that he was investigating. But Prager does say that Bill Clinton was, backed up by his experience interviewing the victims and reviewing the Epstein Lolita Express itineraries. Quote, they killed the Epstein list to protect the Clintons.
But they claim that, that Trump's involved in the rapes and all that stuff. He wasn't. I mean, I've seen the agendas, I've seen the itineraries, and I've interviewed all the victims. There's never been an instance where Trump was on a plane with these kids and a rape occurred. But that can't be said for Clinton, and it can't be said for others. I remember that it was being killed because I know Clintons were on there. And
the Clintons were on there.
100%. And while the Clintons were on the plane, while Bill Clinton was on the plane, there were rapes that occurred. And that's what I'm saying. Trump, although as many flights as there were and all that kind of stuff, and on the island and all that stuff, he was never there during a single alleged rape. But Clinton for sure, and that's where the big cover-up was.
The Department of Justice investigator inside the Trump Justice Department says that while Trump may not have been present during the crimes that Prager investigated, it is clear that Trump is, quote, protecting a lot of people.
I don't know what's new that I have never seen that he's so hesitant to now show what's going on, and releasing all these files. I think he's protecting a lot of other people. He's not protecting himself because there's nothing there, but he's protecting a lot of people.
The citizen journalist boarded American Airlines Flight 1634 and landed in D.C. Monday at 8 o'clock at night and proceeded to go to dinner with this man, this DOJ investigator, at a restaurant called Blue Duck Tavern. Glenn Prager dislikes the fact Trump said the Epstein scandal is a hoax, but he also says, according to the evidence from his investigation, that Trump is not covering up for himself.
Because Trump's now saying it's a hoax of the case, like a hoax or something. I mean, come on, you know it's not a hoax. He does a lot of stupid stuff. He's been on the plane, many times. It's just he was never on the plane with the kids. People want to tie it to him and say he's covering up for himself, but he's not.
Now, this is a very good thing for President Trump.
I mean, you get caught lacking like that. They caught him slipping.
Seemingly exonerates him from many people who claim that he was.
Thank you. Now, if the stupid motherfuckers that we, timed out a little while ago, are you listening to this? This is maybe I didn't articulate it the way this motherfucker did, but this is what I was saying right here.
You want to tie it to him and say he's covering up for himself, but he's not.
Now, this is a very good thing for President Trump and seemingly exonerates him from many people who claim that he was doing something inappropriate himself. This dinner went on for an hour and 45 minutes as this Department of Justice investigator revealed things to a stranger that the leadership of the FBI and the Department of Justice has not. Prager revealed more information about Trump's hesitation.
Why this feels like a play, man? I don't know.
To be fully transparent with the Epstein case. Gave us some details about internal gripes against FBI Director Kash Patel from within the FBI. And he detailed a developing feud between Kash Patel and Attorney General Pam Bondi. If you'd like to see more of that conversation in the restaurant, you may subscribe to OMG and find it on our website.
Who is like the one name where you're like, oh my God.
Here he is. Hey there, is this Glenn?
They're gonna try to kill this guy. Yo, he calls the guy. They're gonna try to get rid of this dude, bro.
Yes. You work for the Department of
Double tap the screen. Let's get the lights up, man. Please, respectfully.
Justice, correct? No. You don't work for the Department of Justice. You had a patch on your backpack that said FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, in the airport. Yeah. And you talked about how you interviewed the Epstein people, all the Epstein victims. Do you recall that conversation?
He's talking to him.
I didn't, I don't know. How can I help you?
I wanted to confirm that you, in fact, did work for the department. Hang on with the phone. Let's try calling him again. Glenn?
I'm not talking to you. Well, I don't know who you are. I'm not talking to you.
You already.
That watch is crazy. They got.
You did speak to my friend.
My boy, I don't know. They're gonna try to get him about the way.
Hey, now stop talking. I don't know who you are.
I'm a journalist. I need your help, sir.
I'm not talking to you or any journalist about anything.
Did you interview the Epstein victims?
I'm not. You can't talk to you.
On the heels of releasing the story, I wanted to emphasize just how touching it was for me to see Erica Kirk stand on stage in front of those 74,000 people in a stadium and say that she forgives the assassin who killed her husband, Charlie Kirk. I actually took this photo standing right in front of her when she did that, and I wept. The people standing next to me also wept. In the couple days that followed since that Sunday, it dawned upon me that equally as important as forgiving those who trespass against us is for those of us, the living, to achieve justice and accountability for the bad actors behind the scenes corrupting this country.
Facts. They ratchet. The motherfuckers that's running this country are some fucking babbling idiots, man. Come on, man. I mean, like for real. Like if I didn't show you, some of y'all never seen a congressional hearing before, or a heated one. Right. And it seems to me all the ones we've been looking at on this channel all been spicy. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people do not know how to act. They are fucking, it's like looking at, hey, I was there in jail. This is like Rikers Island right before it's time to go to court and shit, right? Or during, like, being in the bullpens, waiting to see the judge. Real quick. Congressional hearing. This is the most tense moments in the Kash Patel hearing. Now, we've been covering this, but I haven't showed you everything. I showed you bits and pieces. Check this out.
Before you joined the FBI, you railed against it for covering up Jeffrey Epstein's human trafficking ring. Let me refresh your memory with this clip.
Has Epstein's list, they're sitting on it. That doesn't seem like something you should do. You're protecting the world's foremost predator. That seems like an evil thing to do, regardless of who may be embarrassed in the release of that list. Why is the FBI protecting the greatest pederast, the largest scale pederast in human history?
Simple, because of who's on that list.
So you finished that December 2023 interview with a challenge to the FBI and harsh words for Republicans in Congress for not getting the Epstein files out to the public. You can see this clip.
Boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are, you said. You emphasized that the president and FBI director each had complete authority to release Epstein's client list.
Okay.
You said Epstein's black book is under the, quote, direct control of the director of the FBI. Look at this clip.
This is way off the topic, but who has Jeffrey Epstein's
black book?
Black book.
FBI.
But who? That is that I mean, there's
ding 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 ding.
That's under direct control of the director of the FBI.
All right, so you were sworn in as director more than 200 days ago. Now the black book is under your direct control. So why haven't you released the names of Epstein's co-conspirators in the rape and sex trafficking of young women and girls?
The Rolodex, which is what everybody colloquially refers to as the black book, has been released.
Oh, no, you're talking about what the journalist got 5 years ago? No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about
it was released with nothing on the papers but black marks.
About what you were talking about there,
That's
the black
exactly
book
what I
under
was
the direct control of the FBI director.
We have released more material than anyone else before. The Biden administration, Obama administration had the exact opportunities to release this material, and they never did. And if you are selling the men and women of the FBI,
Why
we're not
have you
going after
changed your
child
position?
predators. Hang on, you said we're not going after child predators. 1,500 child predators arrested this year, 35%
Okay,
increase,
I'll reclaim my time.
4,700 child victims
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to
found.
reclaim my time if you could instruct the witness.
Wow, he ain't falling for that. You know, I had to look at this a few times. That was a good. He dodged that shit real good with facts.
Well, why have you changed your position? There you were saying it's under the direct control of the FBI director and all of it should be released. Why have you changed your
Everything
position?
that has been lawfully permitted to be released has been released.
Go to the top right, hit the 3 dots to subscribe, and double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. 42 likes, 175 people. Something ain't adding up. Let's go.
And as I told you, the investigation was limited. And let me make something crystal clear. I never said Jeffrey Epstein didn't traffic other people, other women, and they're not other victims. This is the investigation we were given from 2006, 7, and 8, and the search warrant.
Let's go. Put some pressure on that like button. Double tap the screen.
From 2006, 7, and 8. That's what we're working with.
Well, wait, have you released all of the stuff that the FBI has seized from Epstein's house? The computers?
This is Mark. This is the exact video that made me say the same thing too. But you got to understand that the position that he's in is designed for him to take a lot of these blows, just like Comey's. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think the pressure that he's facing, and on top of Comey getting indicted for what came out of his mouth, Kash Patel's not going to say anything wrong right now. You know what I mean? Trust me, he's seasoned for this shit. His go-to is just blurt facts, you know?
The emails, the file cabinets, the documents. What about the financial records? Have you released all of that?
It's not a bad defense. And you know what I mean? Kash Patel will tell you like this. This is what he says. Yo, listen, the only thing I care about is these stats. What y'all say about me don't mean squat. Likes. Let's get the likes. Okay, man,
everything the court has allowed us to
Which
release.
court are you talking about?
3 separate federal courts have come in and said
we're talking about the evidence you've got. It's got nothing to do with what those courts have.
Do you have any idea how the law works? Do you want me to break the law in a federal judge's order?
No, I want you to follow your own word, Director Patel. You said up there it was under the direct control of the FBI director. He had the black book.
Everything I have direct control over, we have gone to court. You haven't.
Complete your sentence. Everything you have direct control over, you said.
Have gone to court, and everything we have direct control
Patel,
over.
complete your sentence. You said
lawfully
everything.
Release.
You gotta let him.
Releasing.
He'd like to complete his answer.
You began the.
Let's not get it twisted. The chairman is on Patel's side. He's on his side all the way, but there's a witch hunt.
The sentence. Everything you
witch hunt is because they can't touch Trump, so they drill in Patel.
You have direct control over and then you stop that sentence. You've released everything that you have direct control over?
And I have direct control over and can lawfully release. If you're not familiar with the court orders, that's not my fault.
Oh, I'm
Go
perfectly,
look at them.
I'm perfectly familiar
court.
with them. But how did we prosecute Ghislaine Maxwell?
She was prosecuted with the investigatory material that was collected from 2001 and 2005 because of the non-prosecution agreements and the court orders on the investigations and search warrants. We were not able to develop new information. And oh, by the way, Jeffrey Epstein was out for 12 years and the Obama and Biden administration did nothing to look at his work, his pedophile network. If you want to blame me, that's fine. But now you're blaming the men and women who conducted this
stop
great
that.
search.
I'm not blaming anybody other than you. You're not keeping your word. You said that you would release all of the materials
Has
under your
anyone
direct
released
control.
more information on Epstein than I have? Has anyone?
Much
did
more.
Comey, did Ray?
Much
Did
more.
they?
Excuse me. Much more has come out in the days since the American people in Congress have been demanding it. But it's coming out in dribs and drabs. Why don't you just release the entire file as you promised to do?
I literally just told you. There are multiple federal court orders. I'm not going to break the law to satisfy your curiosity. You didn't join us when we filed court to release the court orders. You could have. You have lawyers. You could have shown up. You didn't do that.
That's a tiny fraction of the material we're talking
That is
about.
not.
It is a tiny fraction.
How do you know that? Have you seen everything?
It's all misdirection.
How do you know that?
The gentleman has
Oh, he couldn't get him. He couldn't get him. He's trying to hold him down and punch him. And Kash Patel's slippery.
Fired. Mr. Patel.
No, did he?
Does Donald Trump appear anywhere in the Epstein files?
Direct question.
I'm sorry. Could you say that again?
Yeah, I like this dude, man.
Not a complicated question. Does Donald Trump appear anywhere in the Epstein files?
Yeah, I mean, love-hate relationship between me and this person.
I didn't say it was a complicated question. I just didn't hear you. So my apologies. We have released where President Trump's name's in the Epstein files and everybody else, and all credible information that we are legally allowed to release has been released.
All right, so let's go through that. You're referring to court orders that prohibit you from releasing grand jury testimony under Rule 6E. Is that what you're referring to when you say as the law allows?
That's a piece of it.
Really? What other evidence do those 3 court orders you cited prohibit from being released?
Information that was collected pursuant to those search warrants that were limited
Wrong.
in fashion.
Wrong. That's not what the court order says, and that's not under 6E.
And you're talking, and I said that's 6E, and I said there was others, and I'm answering that there are sealed court order documents. There are protective orders.
They are
Daylene, you can't type the whole word out. You know what I'm saying? It's a montage channel. They'll hit me for it.
Sealed as part
Say whatever you want. We got to abbreviate it.
of discovery given to Ghislaine Maxwell. They are no longer sealed.
That's just not true. We can argue about it all you want.
Okay, well, you agree that there are. So your testimony here is that the reason why you are not releasing all of the videos that you have acknowledged, there are so many, and that the FBI spent thousands of hours.
You good. Bust your moves, man. Just abbreviate the curses. I don't care what you say.
Of reviewing the photographs, all of the photographs that you have. You're saying that you're not releasing those because there's a court order requiring them to be sealed? Is that your testimony?
Never said.
Really quick. We have, let me see. iPhone, 25% of the users. 49% says Android. Most people like Androids. Androids, man, a couple of years ago, it would have been opposite. Everybody would have said iPhones. But Android, it's almost impossible to do what I do without an Android. iPhones are too limited and they rob you every time they fucking do an update. Android, you get you a nice Android, man, you Gucci for a couple of years. Especially if you got one like me, S24. You know what I mean? That's fire. Okay? Mad things you could do. Okay. Now, keep God in your life. Keep God in your life.
Keep God in your life. Fuck nigga, keep God in your life. Fuck.
All right, one
Breaking
more.
news this morning, NYC residents stay safe. Dick riding is at an all-time high. Broke boys are on the rise. Pieces are not hitting and the plugs have the same work. Breaking news this morning, NYC residents stay safe.
Who are these niggas? Who are these niggas?
Okay. You know what I'm saying? Happy Friday, everybody.
That about the videos. On the totality of the videos, of the thousands of images that were seized pursuant to the search warrants executed at the time, the overwhelming majority of that video is pornographic material that was downloaded from the internet and child sexual abuse material. We will never release that.
Well, as you should not release the victims. But if there are videos that relate to others who Epstein trafficked to, such as maybe Prince Andrew, or photographs, that you have total control to release.
Yes, and if it exists.
So why haven't you released it?
Why are you supposing that that is a fact when in fact it is false?
Yeah.
Are you saying that
You're saying that none of the videos relate to anything relevant to the Jeffrey Epstein trafficking ring?
Every single video that we have collected pursuant to the prior search warrants has been examined for the last 10 years. And every single video has been utilized for whatever prosecutions were able to be legally brought.
I'm not asking about prosecutions. I'm asking about why you aren't
Biggest witch hunt in history.
releasing the full Epstein files, including the names of people who were involved in the sex ring that you promised to do before you became FBI director.
I just told you, I'm not going to release downloaded porn. Of
I'm not
children on the
asking about
internet.
that. Fine. I'm asking about all the other files.
What other videos? Tell me. Tell me.
That's what I'm asking.
Tell me.
You're saying there are no videos that would be relevant to anyone else involved in the Jeffrey Epstein sex ring.
Pursuant to Mr. Acosta's collection of information based on the search warrants. That's all we have in our
I
possession.
understand. And I'm asking you that stuff.
That's all we got.
I'm not asking all you got. I'm asking you in that stuff. There's nothing that's related to the to any other sex traffic.
Let's go back real quick because I want to see what Brandon says about the secret recording. I kind of brushed past that, right? But let me get to Brandon's commentary on it because he says he believes every fucking word like me.
Whether President Trump was involved. Many are trying to.
I kind of believe this dude, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of believe, like, it sounds very believable. He credentialed. He claimed he did it. He got the back. You see the backpack. You see his LinkedIn profile. I mean, God dang, James O'Keefe. I'm about to donate. Where's the donation link? Tax deductible donation. James O'Keefe. This is crazy. I'm not being funny. Y'all know what my stance has been like. I don't know what it is. I'm open to anything. I kind of believe this dude real quick. I used to wonder why James O'Keefe used to go to conservative events with security around him. And now
yeah, it's nasty work, man. He just put it all out there, man. It's crazy, bro. Crazy, bro. All right, let's go to this video real fast. This is Epstein cell. I want you to take a look at this. You know what I'm saying? And they uncover some alleged lies, and we'll see how this goes. This thing collected 5 million views in 1 month. The rabbit hole's now open, y'all.
Epstein's prison in 3D to show you the top 5 lies hidden in the government's footage. You can get the raw file on Patreon to explore it yourself, and let's jump into it. Lie number 5, you're going to get a video of the cell.
And you're going to get the video of the cell. And you're going to see for yourself.
Kash Patel, the FBI director, told us that this footage was of Jeffrey Epstein's cell, but it's not. Let's fly over to where Epstein's cell actually is. I've marked it with a green door. Down the hall, we actually see a camera marked in red that wasn't recording the night of Epstein's death, which brings us to our next lie. There was only one camera.
There's a video of him. No, not the actual act, but the entire MCC Bay. It was only one camera.
Deputy Director Dan Bongino of the FBI told us there was only one camera in the special housing unit, but that's not true. There were at least 2 cameras recording and 9 other cameras that were working but not recording due to a malfunction only days earlier. Now, the official report says that recordings should have been made for about half of the cameras, but in Epstein's block, only 2 out of 11 cameras were recording. Really bad luck, I guess. Now, I should say all the cameras were working before that, at a time when Epstein accused his cellmate of trying to kill him, and this was contradicted by his cellmate who said Epstein tried to commit. Epstein later got put on watch for this event, and we should have been able to get that footage, except the prison failed to save the correct file. Prosecutors claimed the footage contained on the preserved video was for the correct date and time, but captured a different tier than the one where Jeffrey Epstein was located.
It was only one camera.
So our deputy director lied when he said there was only one camera. There were actually 11. At least 2 were recording. Only 1 got released. And according to our own government's report, 5 or 6 should have been recording, but weren't. When the cameras were working properly, they didn't save the right files. Incredibly unlucky. But lie number 3, there's nothing unlucky about it because we were told directly that the footage we were going to get showed there was no one there but Epstein.
You're going to see there's no one there but him. Right. There's just nobody there. So I say to people all the time, if you have a tip, let us know. But there's no DNA, there's no audio, there's no fingerprints, there's no suspects, there's no accomplices, there's no tips, there is nothing.
The footage just directly debunks this. There are several people who appear in the footage the FBI released, and actually one even appears after lockdown walking up the stairs. The government's report at first called this laundry, but independent experts agreed, according to one analysis by CBS.
At 10:38 p.m., the report says someone, probably Noel, carries a bundle of bedding or clothing up the stairs. It's a rare instance the video does catch movement on the stairs, but barely. Let's see that zoomed in and in slow motion again. Several of the video forensic experts we spoke with were skeptical about the report's conclusion and thought that the video could be showing an inmate walking up the stairs. Authorities say this was the last time anyone approached his cell block until his body was discovered the next morning. Again, while the video does not contradict that, experts who viewed the video say the limited field of view makes it impossible to definitively conclude that no one used those stairs in that time period.
Yeah, we don't know who that is. The government's not clear. And there are also several people who are housed in the same cell block as Jeffrey Epstein, which, as we've shown, isn't visible to the camera footage we were given. So that raises questions, and so do the 2 prison guards who were on staff that night and had a view of Epstein's cell. Both were charged with falsifying records on the night Epstein died, specifically with them lying about completing mandatory rounds to check on Jeffrey Epstein the night of his death, despite a posted warning that read mandatory rounds must be conducted every 30 minutes on Epstein as per God. But they did not do that. Instead, they appeared to fall asleep, according to the OIG report, and occasionally browse the internet, where one guard, quote, read a news article about Jeffrey Epstein. So it's just a total lie to say there was no one there but Epstein and no possible suspects. You have several inmates shown on the camera the night of his death. You have one walking up the stairs after lockdown, and you also have guards that just falsified records. But this all brings us to lie number 2, the second biggest Pinocchio, and that's where they told us we're going to get the raw footage so we know there aren't shenanigans.
We are working on cleaning it up to make sure you have an enhanced, and we're going to give the original so you don't think there were any shenanigans.
So yeah, I don't think I need to explain why this is one of the most brazen lies. We were told we'd be given a modified and the original footage. Instead, what we got are 2 modified videos because both were edited in Premiere Pro. Now, it isn't clear exactly what was edited, but expert forensic analysts who spoke to Wired said the footage wouldn't stand up in court, had 1 minute, no wait, actually 3 minutes missing. And now there are reports that the DOJ has the full footage, but just hasn't released it.
And a government source is alleged to CBS News the FBI and other agencies are in possession of the full unedited footage.
And that brings us to the final point, the final biggest lie of all. And that's a direct quote from the DOJ memo about what the footage even shows. And it says this, quote, anyone entering or attempting to enter the tier where Epstein's cell was located from the shoe common area would have been captured by this footage. The government's entire case is built on this lie, and that's why it's the biggest, because their whole case for saying no one could have reached him is the idea that this one camera angle shows everything. But let's put Maxwell in our 3D twin and have him walk up the stairs. First, we'll put him on the left side of the staircase, and as you can see, you can barely make him out. However, if we put him on the right side of the staircase, you'll find that you can't see him at all. He's invisible from our view. So there's just obviously a blind spot here, which, by the way, the government already knew because they already admitted in a previous Epstein report, saying that this camera angle specifically was a, quote, partial view of the L tier stairway. So it's not a full view. You can't see everything. And as you can see in this excellent CBS investigation, you could actually access this stairway and Epstein's cell from a doorway invisible to the camera.
But with the primary entrance here, the pathway from the entrance to the stairs is completely out of view of the camera.
Yeah, that's right. You could access Epstein's cell. Our replication of the prison shows the same conclusion. If we have Maxwell walking from the shoe entrance to Epstein's cell, we can't see him from this camera angle, even though if we make the walls transparent, obviously we can see him. But in the raw footage, we'd have no way of knowing if somebody walked this direction. This painstaking recreation of the special housing unit can put to bed the top 5 lies from our government about Jeffrey Epstein. 1, we didn't get a video of Jeffrey Epstein's cell. We got a camera that can't see it. 2, there wasn't just one camera, there were 11. 3, the footage shows way more than just Epstein. 4, we didn't get raw footage, we got modified footage. And lastly, there are blind spots on this camera. I mean, it's just perfectly clear, and the government has previously admitted it. This, of course, doesn't mean, I have to say, that Epstein definitively himself, but the government is only adding fuel to the fire when they put out statements that are directly contradicted by their own video. The best you can say is this is either extreme levels of negligence or deliberate incompetence to cover things up. The most honest thing you can say at this point is that we don't have definitive evidence for the night Epstein died, one way or the other, that has been released. The evidence we do have has been modified, does not say what they say it says, and all of this makes it impossible to know 100% what has happened. That is not a conspiracy. That's what the government's own evidence actually shows. Now, as I said, we'll make the 3D version of Epstein's housing unit available on Patreon. It's a Blender file along with a detailed look of how he created it. I should say the government's not exactly forthcoming about the exact specs of their prison, so we had to use some approximations using the photos provided and taking measurements where we could. But as I said, our conclusions match up with the government's from years ago. So I think we're on safe ground there. That's basically it. Thanks for watching.
You want me to? I've seen the whole file.
To start a podcast with Riverside,
all right, let's get to the racist stuff. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, really quick. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that's still here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep y'all entertained long as y'all here. You know what I mean? Double tap the screen, get the lights up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That's at the top right. Hell on the Harbor. Bold neo-Nazi almost meets his end. You know what I'm saying? Salute the WFI Detroit channel. You know what I'm saying? This popped up on my algorithm. You know what I'm saying? This guy, it looked like he got $150 on his neck. You know what I'm saying? Now, tough. I would have named it Tough White Boy versus Mob of Angry Blacks. You know what I'm talking about?
But let people respect you. So y'all shut respect on damn double up here, man. Ain't gonna do nothing about it. Ain't gonna do nothing.
That door when Kirk was. Oh no, man! Listen, Candace. This whole week I've been pushing Candace Owens so hard, right? And I've been hearing a lot of theories, and I don't know, man. It's you know, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I'm ready to get off of it. I'm ready to just move on to the next subject. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, Candace is my girl, man. We got a lot of love over
In the house of Israel, shall possess in the land of the Lord. For certain. For what? For certain. For certain. For what? And handmaids and what? And they shall take them captive. What we gonna do? And they shall take them captive. And they shall take them captive. And they shall take them captive. Don't let that liquor that you drink that you don't get them 2 shots of damn Jack Daniels you had, how you get your ass whooped up here, man? Right, you gotta look around you, man. Don't let that Jack Daniels get it twisted, man. You might want to sober up, might want to call a friend, get some shots, a damn Jack got you out your damn mind, man. Right, read them. Whose captains they were. Who's what? Whose captains they were. And they shall what? And they shall rule over their oppressed. So you gonna beat our ass? And they shall rule over their oppressed. Someone take it through. And they shall rule over their oppressed. 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 We're going to rule over you, your family. Your father, your son, your daughter, not a damn thing you can do about it. If you was going to do something, you would have did it already, damn faggot, man. You would have did it against 18. See, that's when Esau drink, he a homosexual, turn into a faggot, start roaring, start lying, start being an Edomite. That is, man. Leviticus 18 and 22. Leviticus chapter 18 and verse number 22. True caveman, homosexual nature comes out. Read this. Thou shalt not lie with mankind. The Lord says, thou shalt not lie with mankind. 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 And with womankind. It is an abomination. It is what? It is an abomination. Homosexual. It is an abomination. Esau starts drinking, his true nature comes out. Your true nature as a rapid homosexual comes out, man. Right? Your true nature as a wildebeest comes out, man.
It's Leviticus chapter 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lied with a woman, both of them have committed abomination. So what? Both of them have committed abomination. They shall surely be put to death. The Lord says, they shall surely be put to death. They shall surely be put to death. They shall surely be put to death. They shall surely be put to death.
And what is in the back of his head? A damn tip, a foul, nasty so-called white man. And look at it, he's got the damn star. What is that for? Look at that star, so-called David. Right? You're not going to make it, man. You're a joke. Not Esau a gangbanger, man. Now he a crook. Now he a gangbanger, man. Now he a damn gangbanger, man. Now he a gangbanger. Now he a damn gangster disciple. And he a homosexual. And he a damn demon. And he a damn faggot, man. Give me Romans chapter 1:25, man. I'm sure this thing. Give me Romans 1:25, man. Tell the Spirit, bring it out, man. Only the words of the Lord manifest the true nature of the so-called white man.
Well, I thought when you fucking with God, you was fucking with love.
Romans chapter 1 verse 2.
It don't feel like it's love. This just scared the fuck out of me. This is why I never went to church. I was like, hell no, I'm out of here, man. They start speaking different language and shit.
25. Who takes the truth out?
Esau gangbanging on us, man. I ain't banging on the men of the Lord, man. Esau banging, man. Esau is banging on the men of the
Amy yesterday showed a video of the white man bending down and licking their boots.
The damn Lord, man.
Romans 1:25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie? And who worship and serve the creature more
So turned up by this. Why are they so happy?
than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause, God gave them up unto vile affection. God gave them up unto vile
Word, Mac attack, Mac butt crack.
affection. His whole damn body. God gave them up unto
Yeah, Samantha, it's yup, them type of dudes right there.
vile affection. Homosexual justice. God gave them up unto vile affection. For even that women did change the natural use into that.
Anyway, I'll be back outside tonight. I set this video up wrong earlier. I have no time to fix it, but I'm glad y'all did show up. You know what I'm saying? I fucks with y'all, bro. Real talk, man. You know what I'm saying? You make my heart break. You make my heart. Like them slave movies. My heart. Claudine brought my heart. Some shit like that.
which is against slavery, and likewise also the man. And likewise also the man. You still have a drink, you want to be around a bunch of black men. Be stalking around a bunch of women, man. These damn women out here.
This shit crazy. No, I don't think I told Mac Attack I was gonna end it if it was less than 100 people. All right, so I'm out. All right, later, y'all.